intention. The word intention is an architect term. It means to design, to shape, and to form. It's an intentional undertaking. It's not a mindless just wandering through life, tripping over, making mistakes. It's an evil intent of the heart. The thoughts of the heart. So this is deeper than bone deep. This goes to the very core of who a person is. Jeremiah 17:9 says, the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately sick. Who can even understand their own heart? The phrase is only evil continually, pervasive, persistent, sinful thoughts and actions. So God is saying sin is internal, it's pervasive, and it's continual. Evil hearts, evil thoughts, evil conduct, evil on a global scale. Now, I couldn't get it done. I'm the lead pastor, but I couldn't get it done. I wanted to buy a little mirror, like a makeup mirror, and I wanted to have it in each bulletin, and I wanted you to take out the mirror, and I want you to read verse 5 while you're looking in the mirror. Because this is what the New Testament says the person without Christ is. They're not as bad outwardly as they could be, but they're rotten to the core in their heart. A good deed is as filthy rags, Jesus said. That's why we say religion is not enough. Coming to church is not enough. God wants to change you at the core of your being. And by the way, if you go to verse 2, notice that the sons of God, I think they were evil men, saw the daughters of man were attractive. They took their wives, any they chose. You have a repeat of Eve. These men saw something that was attractive, and they took of any they chose. You know how evil it was? There's no record of any father standing up and saying, you're not taking my daughter. It was just, they took whoever they wanted. It doesn't even say that anybody even lashed out, even anybody tried to protect. Don't read this and say how terrible it must have been. This is the New Testament for us. As it is written, now this was without Christ. This doesn't mean you're publicly as bad as you could be. That's not the truth. You're very nice looking, kind people. But this is God's perspective. None righteous, no, not one. No one understands. Left to themselves, no one seeks God. All turned aside. Together they become worthless. No one does good, not even one. We don't get that in Iowa and in our Christian churches, in our Christian America. We even believers tend to think, well, we're pretty good. Without Christ, without God's Spirit, this is who you are. Well, let me just ask you a question. Don't answer out loud. How much of your sin do other people know about? Your thoughts, your intentions, your desires? Anybody want to come up here and spit it out for us? No, I don't want to. So God has a perfect perspective from heaven, and he's not wrong. Number 3, God's resolute response from his heart. Now, I want you to mark this down. Before we ever hear God responding, God makes sure that we see his heart. Look what it says in verse 6. And the Lord regretted that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him to his heart.